Dr. George Gonzalez is with us today. If you've heard anything about quantum neurology, you've heard that nothing can make miracles happen like QN. Guys, the Cohn Health Institute, BioStacking, if you've been part of 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, and now BioStacking Summit 4.0, you have seen quantum neurology practitioners or different types of practitioners who biostack using quantum neurology as part of their system of healthcare. Nervous system code. We are talking about unlocking the nervous system code for recovery, for healing, for performance, and restoring hope in people that need it the most. It is a blessing to finally get him to sit down for a moment. Dr. George Gonzalez, the founder of Quantum Neurology. Doc, such a journey together so far, and it feels like we're just getting started with all the exciting things coming that we're going to talk about, the Research Foundation, the documentary that's being made. But it all started, like many people in this summit, with adversity, with a challenge, with, if not ourselves, a loved one that was suffering. And like many, we would do everything and anything in our power, and then even have to go outside and talk to God and say, hey, I'll make you a deal. You show me a way out of this and I will take it to the world. And you have answered that calling, and the miracles just keep coming. Doc, talk to us about what we have with quantum neurology, the buzz, maybe a little bit of the story with your beautiful wife, Lori, and how that adversity turned around and has now led to the millions of people worldwide getting quantum neurology.
It's a dream come true. I'll tell you that. From adversity to thriving and growing and healing the world through quantum neurology. It's been quite a journey. All the ups and downs in life included. It started with my wife's moderate spinal cord injury, and not to make that the biggest part of the story, but that's what birthed quantum neurology is. The discovery of the nervous system through healing my wife's injury. And we've been teaching these principles for the last 20 years, 25 years now, teaching doctors how to reconnect the nervous system. And this has developed over the last 25 years, and the concepts have gone from a traditional neurology concept into what we call the holographic nervous system. It's a more in-depth understanding of the nervous system. And we talk about the nervous system code. The nervous system code is the circuit board of the nervous system. So we have our brain, our spinal cord, and our nerves. And those nerves branch off and each go to muscle, tissue, organ, and bone. And we have all this mapped out. And when we understand how to use the nervous system code, it's like using the keyboard programming the computer. We're able to affect neurological change within the nervous system very quickly and reset the software communication of the nervous system in a very quick, simple, effective way that demonstrates neurological shift near instantly.
So we've had different presenters on the BioStacking Summit that have shown us quantum neurology techniques, if you will, for something as simple as restoring function seemingly to a myotome, all the way to advanced neurological rehabilitation, where we have athletes performing at levels never thought possible in an instant, like it was this way. We did a little QN technique, might have taken 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes at its length, and now these superhuman feat just happen. Or the other end, where somebody has a tremor, a long-standing concussive TBI type of deficit, or maybe even a stroke paralysis, and see function that would normally take months come back in minutes. Now, that's not every time, but we see it more often than not. Talk to us a little bit about these cases, the wide variance where there are people that have gold medals around their neck saying, if it wasn't for QN, I would not have these medals. And you have other people saying, if it wasn't for QN, I would never have gotten up out of this chair.
We call it from paralysis to performance. We have neuro rehab strategies that strengthen the nervous system, regardless of where that nervous system is on the scale of injury or healing or performance. So the same techniques, the same strategies of neurological rehabilitation are done to somebody who's dealing with paralysis as someone who's working towards performing, major dance, ballet, or human performance in sports and athleticism. So the same principles apply when we want to strengthen the nervous system, regardless of who we're dealing with. Now, the nervous system code is the same for each person, but the presentation of strength and weaknesses throughout the code is unique for each individual. So when we're working with somebody, we're working with their instrument, we're working with their nervous system presentation, and we're strengthening that presentation to the fullness of what's possible for that patient. And when we're talking about somebody in a wheelchair, sometimes that means that they could gain some access or movement that wasn't present before. And when we're talking about those elite performers, that complete holographic communication that's restored could mean, world records and gold medal performances.
Stop and talk about restoring a hope. And I know that's a huge part. There's so many endless stories. We can talk again and again. And, you and I met many, many years ago, even when you were a student. And just, kind of knew when you walked in the room that this guy was going to do something special, and kind of always followed you a bit along the way. And then we had a friend of ours, a colleague, that had a real unfortunate incident. Dr. Hank Williams, not the country singer, but the chiropractor, some complications from Gulf War syndrome, kidney failure, kidney transplant, rejection. His eyes were going, which very often happens, and he was actually going blind. And we weren't sure if we were going to be able to turn it around, and his life would have been a lot different with not these series of events. And just like it started with Restoring Hope with Lori, I didn't even know that story at that time. I just had the intuitive hit that, the touched by an angel, touched by God moment, where I said, you know what, I've been following this guy, George Gonzalez. Haven't really deep dove at all into what he's doing. It just looks really good. And I'm just getting some intuitive hit that we need to contact him. And I don't know if he's even seeing patients or just teaching, but maybe he can take a look at you. And it really, I learned QN on a bet. I said, I'll tell you what, I got real busy. I'm doing a lot of stuff, but I tell you, if George helps your site, if he helps get your site back, I'm going to take every quantum neurology seminar and get certified in quantum neurology. And lo and behold, you were available somehow, and you took on the case, and you worked with him. And this is many years ago now, a long time ago, and now Dr. Hank's still practicing, and he can see with the best of them, and it was truly a miracle. And people constantly, for 30 years did a health class, and we would always do a demonstration. The first demo we would usually do is a quantum neurology demonstration, because it takes less than a minute to make a change in the nervous system in this neurologic code. And people would look and they go, wow, that's not supposed to happen, but it just happened before my eyes. And the paradigm of stuckness melts when people see that. And maybe you could just add to kind of that. I know there was a mouthful right there, but this is a day in the life of the QN doc. I mean, it's a blessing and a miracle to be able to really be part of the work that you put out there. And really, I think it's really at the beginning. Maybe we can use this now and talk about, what you're now finally got the structure together to help start with light speed, no pun intended, start documenting what we've seen to be true for the last 20 to 25 years with the Quantum Neurology Research Foundation. Maybe you can talk to us a little bit about the evolution to that coming together.
Absolutely. And well, first of all, Howard, just to comment on what you said, Dr. Hank Williams is an amazing testimony to what's possible in the nervous system. And all these people, it's what is available in the nervous system. We just have to gain access to it, right? So when we unlock that access to the part of the nervous system that isn't healing, oftentimes people say it's miraculous or it's something that they've never seen before, and we just keep seeing these consistently amazing results. It's because of the nervous system, the quality of the nervous system, its ability to heal when we do the right things to it. And Dr. Cohn is a man of his word. When I helped Dr. Hank Williams, Dr. Howard Cohn not only took every class we have, he's one of our I'm very proud to say one of our master practitioners of quantum neurology. And I don't want to skip over that because that's a very big accomplishment. Dr. Howard Cohn has been a huge advocate of quantum neurology and teaching people these principles and concepts over the years, and so thank you so much, Howard, for doing that and taking on the work. And I still think your office has more quantum neurology practitioners in it than any other office in the country. So kudos to you for that. And also all the biostackers, many of them have been quantum neurology trained doctors as well. And so we have a proud legacy in quantum neurology with the quality and caliber of students that we have. And I say that we only train experts. And whether that's somebody who's a student in school or somebody who's been in practice for 40, 50 years, they all could take their knowledge and lay it on top of the holographic nervous system. Once they understand those principles, they can apply all their wonderful knowledge through the power of the circuitry of the nervous system to get these advanced results we're talking about.
So the Research Foundation is definitely starting to, no pun intended, light up the, let's say, the clinical world. And then the documentary, which we're super excited about, is really going to be making it a household name and bring it into the home faster. I mean, obviously, the whole movement of quantum neurology is based on word of mouth. Somebody had something that they thought would never change. They went to someone who did QN, was certified in QN, and it changed. And then you just can't shut up about it. Once you see it, experience it, you just want everyone you love and care about to experience it. And we're super excited that Luke and Veronica Segredo of Indigo Rising Films is the people that are agreed to make the documentary. They are icons in this world. They're originally the directors behind the documentary called Stressed, which has been seen by millions of people through Gaia, through YouTube, and all the different things, documenting the history of something that we both love. We've had Dr. Scott Walker as a speaker on this summit, neuroemotional technique, and then none of us would be here without George Goodhart. That would, us muscle testing or doing any of that stuff without George Goodhart in applied kinesiology. They also recently made the documentary called Applied Kinesiology, the best kept secret in healthcare. And now we have the trifecta or the trio, the next and smartest next step, quantum neurology. I don't know if we have the actual title to it yet or we're leaving people hanging, but we do have, we're in the midst of the next great documentary by Indigo Rising Films. So we are super excited about that. And it's just, it's awesome to be part of the process, every aspect of it. Doc, people are looking, so there's a lot of doctors watching. Many are being reminded that it's come across their grid quantum neurology before, and now it's time for them to jump in. Many are seeing QN for the first time as docs, and there are many people out here that wondering if their doctor does QN or where do they find one near them. So what is the process for the docs that are watching to become a QN practitioner and then later certified? What is the track and what are the options to do that? And then how does somebody find a QN doc in their area?
Yeah, I think I'll talk about how people find a QM practitioner first. And so we only have certified doctors on our doctor locator. So you go to www.quantumneurology.com, you go to the QN doctor locator there, and the way it's set up, it should search to your local area wherever your computer is. or you can enter a city if you're interested in another area, and it'll give you the quantum neurology certified practitioner nearest you. Now, doctors that are interested in learning quantum neurology, it also go to quantumneurology.com, and in the I don't have the site in front of me right here, but in the doctors section, it'll talk about seminars and how to get started. The first course is called Nervous System Coding, and that's how you get started online. You can learn quantum neurology completely online and live. So we have live events as well as online events that people can attend, and it's a beautiful tradition that we're continuing through the kind of testing that we do through muscle testing, as Dr. Howard Cohn talked about. We all owe gratitude to Dr. George Goodhart for developing applied kinesiology and the muscle testing principles, and also feel that what we're doing with the Research Foundation is eventually going to prove muscle testing principles. So there's a crossover between applied kinesiology and neurology, and that's the nervous system code that we're talking about. And through the manual muscle testing of the nervous system code, we're going to be able to demonstrate principles of muscle testing as well as therapy localization and these other principles that are famous within quantum neurology, neurological recognition, holographic testing, and many, many other things that we have found and observed through the nervous system through decades of working on bodies. But now we have a methodology of research that is going to document this on a large scale.
Dr. George Gonzalez, Quantum Neurology. If you're a doc and you're watching this, I don't know how you practice without it. It's one of those things, once you see it, once you experience it, you want it for everybody. And if you're a person with a health challenge and you're wondering if QN is right for you, definitely hit the website, find a practitioner near you. If there's not one near you, get in a car, get in a plane, and get the one near you. It'll be worth it. And you don't know what your nervous system can do until it gets unlocked. And QN is doing it around the globe. And it's a blessing that you're doing this. We appreciate you, Godspeed, and thanks for all you're doing, Doc.
Thank you so much, Dr. Cohn. And, you know, quantum neurology would not be what it is without Dr. Howard Cohn. And more recently with the BioStacking Summit, you know, all good things in our profession, Dr. Howard Cohn is behind it in some way, some form, somehow, whether it's through motivation or actually helping the project come forward. So, Dr. Cohn, thank you so much for being such an advocate for quantum neurology, the documentary, the research study. If it wasn't for you, a lot of these things wouldn't be happening. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.